to the first episode of Season 4 of Talk the Talk, Rio Grande Valley Stars. I'm your host, Alex Sarabia, along with my co-host,
Isaac Medina.
And we're very happy to be starting Season 4, a very successful show we've had for the past year. And today we have a great guest, a TV host, radio host. He has his own magazine, a local celebrity here from the Valley. Issi Garza, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you guys.
And we'll learn more about his career and his future goals, his background. And also, if you want to follow his footsteps, he'll give you advice along the way. So first, tell us about you and maybe what city you're from, how old you are, anything you want to share.
First of all, thank you guys for inviting me to your show. Congratulations. You guys do a great job. And well, like you said, my name is Issi Garza. I'm from here from the Valley. I was born in Reynosa, but I grew up here in Edinburgh, and I graduated from Edinburgh High School, and I went to STC.
Is it Bobcat?
No, J.A.R.
Yeah, Edinburgh North.
And in STC we're Jaguars also. That's the mascot for the college.
So as soon as I graduated from high school, I went straight to STC, and I started marketing communication. And thank God that's what I've been doing. Like I was showing you a little bit, we were chatting, like I found my Student of the Week newspaper ad. Back then I was very involved in all the media and all that. So, and as a matter of fact, I found yours as well.
STC.
Yes. Yeah, when I was, congratulations on that way too. So when I was looking at the newspaper on the monitor, I subscribed to the online view. That's why to look for that ad. I found yours, so I will give them later.
Okay. Thank you.
So yeah, I'm here from the Valley.
So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, right now I'm a marketing specialist. That's my title, what I do, and of course communication as well. I was telling you a little bit about when I was Student of the Week, because they asked me that, where do you see yourself in 10 years? What is it that you want to be? So my answers were that I wanted to be working in radio, television, print media. That was like my dream. And when I found that ad, I put it in a plaque, because I read those questions and I see myself now that it's more than 10 years. I was like, wow, everything that I answer in those questions, it's what I've been doing. So right now, I work with a doctor in the marketing field, of course, but I don't leave my marketing and communications career, such as radio and television and print media. I have my own magazine, Issi Garza magazine, that I do it every 3 months. And I do interviews with celebrities, with local politicians, different people that they're working in the community.
Maybe you can post our picture.
Of course. Yes, I also been in your talent show that you have in STC.
A few times.
Yes, and I love working with the community. I'm also a spokesperson for a nonprofit organization, Divine Children Inc., that we assist children from 0 to 21 years old age. And I love it. I love it. Everything that we have to deal with the community, with the people, and I've been very blessed because they give you feedback. They see you like myself, that I wake up sometimes super early to go to the radio or to go to a morning show. Like back then in Univision, I used to be with Marcos Valdez and Alegre Despertar. It was very early, from 5 to 6 in the morning. But we used to get there around 3:30, 4 a.m. in the morning to get ready for the show. So you're doing the show, and like you guys, that you're recording yourself, you're putting your show out there, and sometimes you're like, whoa, why are we doing this? But then you see the feedback of the people. Hey, I saw you interview. Hey, I saw you doing this. That's what pays you back. That's your motivation.
It's rewarding.
Yes.
And we've interviewed Marcos Valdez.
Yes.
On the show.
I seen you guys on Facebook, and with you I've been friends for a long time. I mean, we don't see each other like you guys like every day, but we see it on social media. So I'm very blessed to work with
What
them.
are some of the favorite things you like to do? Because you're so involved. You do
Yes.
radio, music, and you got the magazine. So
I enjoy a little bit of everything, because everything's different. Like television, of course, you're in front of camera, they're seeing you. Radio, you're talking to a microphone, and you don't imagine who's out there listening to you and where are they. Now with internet, you can saw here radio on the app, and everyone, people from Colombia, from Spain, from Venezuela, sometimes on my Facebook I get messages saying, oh, I was listening to you this morning. And
or on Facebook Live.
yes, on YouTube as well. They see you from everywhere, and I have learned to enjoy everything I do in the communication field, because you never know who's listening to you and what's the feedback they're gonna give you.
And the
Because
impact you're having.
exactly. So it's a field that it's very expand, like in. Once you're doing it, como decimos en español, ya cuando le agarras el sabor y el gusto, you don't stop. Sometimes people ask me, hey, how much do you get paid to do this? I'm like, you know what? El dinero no te da el precio de la satisfacción de hacer las cosas. Because there's people that get paid a lot of money and they don't enjoy what they're doing. So,
and you've had your own show also on Televisa?
Yes.
The Issi Garza show?
Yes.
Right now you're on radio?
Yes.
What show do you go to on the radio?
Right now I'm with La Ley 102.5, with El Zorro y su pandilla, La Ronca, Denise, Tía Amanda, and Zorro. And soy un crítico de espectáculos. I love espectáculos. Let me tell you a little bit about what's espectáculos. I criticize what's going on with the celebrities. Kind of like, I don't want to compare myself because I'm unique. Like, kind of like Paris Hilton back then, those type of people, like, that gossip of the celebrities.
So that's the topics you guys touch when you're.
Well, that's a topic I criticize and I give my opinion, and believe me, I have a strong opinion. That's what I love of this show as well, because you can be a little bit yourself, give your opinion very clear, and people likes that. People likes that you're transparent, eres transparente, and you can be yourself. And right now I enjoy being with them. When they call me to be in their show, I was like, you know what, yeah, I'll go for it, because I mean, people love it.
Is it every day in the morning or what days?
Well, I used to be every day, but now I'm so busy, thank God. So I only go 2 or 3 days out of the week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, or Wednesdays and Fridays.
And what time can the viewers watch?
The show starts from 6 to 11 in the morning, but I'm there from 8 to 9.
Okay.
I'm there 1 hour co-hosting with them. And my magazine, like I told you, comes out every 3 months. And on that one, I travel as well. I travel here in the US, in Mexico, to go cover important events such as red carpets, movie premieres. Anywhere they invite me, I go.
And where can we get a hold of this magazine?
The magazine, you'll find it here in the RGV Valley, like from Brownsville all the way to Rio Grande Valley. If you want to get a magazine to your home, I'm working on that. You just send me an email, tell me, hey, this is my address. I can mail it to your house. And I mean, in the future, I want to mail it to everyone's house to have subscriptions. But I mean, I'm working little by little because I'm my own media. I do everything on my own. I don't work for a company or something. When I started in this field and I learned, like, if I work with someone, for some company, you're gonna be attached to their policies. And I'm very, like, I like to work on my own because I'm very free.
No policies, no filter.
You want to be your own boss.
Yeah, I like to be free and be able to be myself, because sometimes I have worked with other companies and they tell you, like, you cannot talk about this, you cannot be so hard on this. So I'm kind of like more free. So that's why I started my own brand, my own name, my own agency. Issi Garza Media. It's an agency that I established back in 2010. So yes, it's been a while. So mostly all the time when they invite me to different TV shows or radio stations, I'm available to go because I don't belong to anyone. I don't have a exclusivity contract with anyone. And every time they want me to be part of a show, I tell them, you know what, I want to be part of the show, but I'm everywhere. So if somebody else invites me as well, I'm free to do my own, because I don't like exclusivities, because when you have an exclusivity with someone and you're attached to that
You're stuck there.
yes, and you cannot do
So
it.
tell us a little bit about, like, your first project when you first got started.
Well, my first project, I was back in high school. They still have, each district have their own channel, MediaTek. I think they changed a little bit of that, and they asked me to do. We were gonna do a campaign, like it was like something like we should not pretend we were running for something, and we had a team, so we had to be in front of the camera, we have to be behind the camera and different things. And I was panic when they I panic when they tell me, oh, you're gonna be in front of your camera giving a speech. I was like, what? No, I don't like cameras. I just started this because I was curious how television work and this and that. So the teacher's like, don't worry, you're gonna work on that. And I had issues when I was in school with issues like being in public or hanging out with other students. I also was bullied by other students, like big time. And I had my self-esteem very low. So I went into that because I was curious. I was like, how does that work? And how will I see myself in front of a camera? Because sometimes when you're psychological have problems with that, you didn't even want to see yourself in the mirror. So when I was back then in school, growing up, I was like, well, I want to try something new. Some teachers say, okay, try different things, and I tried that. And when I saw myself in front of a camera talking and everything, I had so many errors, like talking and all that. But I kind of like it. And I was like, oh, it's not that bad. I'm like, I can do it. So, and then the teacher guided us, because I have a real great teacher guiding us how to do all this. And I loved it. And then after high school, I continued at SEC, and then I started working on Periódico El Mañana. It's a very important newspaper here in Texas and in Mexico, in Tamaulipas. So I had this lady, she's still my friend, she was my mentor, Adelia Hernandez. She's the one who helped me out to do interviews for the newspaper. And then I love seeing my name out there in the newspaper, like, because that was my family, that they were always reading the newspaper, my grandpa, my tios, and they were like, hey, you're working in the newspaper. I was like, yeah, I'm working in the newspaper.
Very proud of you.
Yeah, so my family started encouraging me as well, saying, hey, we're seeing you again, this and that. So that motivated me more. So I started working with celebrities. I started interviewing them. I remember I interviewed one time Yolanda Rio. She's a big Mexican artist. She lives in San Antonio, by the way. And then I told my family, hey, I interviewed Yolanda Rio. And they were like, oh, she was a big idol in the family. So I started like that. And then managers started calling me to do interviews. Like, why are they calling me? Because once you start getting your name out there, like, and they call you and they start seeing you, that the audience like your job. So that's the way it started. Little by little, I started following being a paparazzi as well. I was like, yeah, I started being a paparazzi in airports and hotels and all that. So, and I loved it. I was like, hey, I got an interview. And then I started seeing the celebrities that they will get to you. Like, they see you with a camera, stuff like that. They will stop. I was like, oh, as you start getting the experience. And I started from the bottom. Like, I was going to school, but I also was doing my own stuff, like going out there and practicing, because it's very important to be educated. It's very important to go to school, but it's very important for you to start practicing what you want to do.
The experience.
The experience, because I mean, you got, of course, your diploma, your career done and everything, but if you don't go out there and start trying things, you're not gonna know if you're gonna like it or not. I have friends that their sons, they graduated from communications and they're working in another field because they didn't like it. I mean, they're very book smart and everything, and they finish their career, but once they start working on it, they're like, oh, wait, no, I don't like this. No me gustó, exactly. So I had two experiences with two friends of mine that they're kids. I mean, nowadays you see a 20 years old graduating high school from college, they're already with their degree, because I mean, in high school you can take so many classes, which back then we didn't have that opportunities. Nowadays, I mean, they graduate very young. And my friends, I'm not that old, but I have older friends. I'm 33 years old. But I have friends that they're like late 40s and stuff like that, and their kids already graduated from college, and they call me, hey, come and talk to my daughter, to my son, because they graduated with a degree in communications and this and that, but they don't like to work on that. I'm like, oh, I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, I love it.
Well, what other big celebrities have you met in these red carpets? What kind of names can you mention?
I've met a lot of like movie stars like Eugenio Derbez. I have worked with Omar Chaparro, with Francisco Céspedes, Gloria Trevi, Alejandra Guzman, because I also have learned.
Do you have connections with Gloria Trevi? We've been wanting to interview her for a while.
Let me tell you, when she was out of jail, when she was here, I have a little picture with her because I was around her a lot. But she went back to the big circle, she is a big celebrities, and a lot of celebrities, they have like a big entourage of people working with them, and if you lose contact with that celebrity, it's, oh my god, like, because everyone there, like, you know how it is this world, like everyone is important.
Because we've interviewed one of her dancers and choreographers, and we've been wanting to interview her.
Well, I see her mom a lot here in the valley, everywhere, and I just say hi to her, but I don't have any communication with Gloria Trevi anymore, because like I told you, once they already go back and the big rhythm of this and that, I'm sure when I will interview her, she's going to remember me, because I have a little picture of her. I went to her son's baptisms and stuff like that. So it's very important events that they don't forget, that they see you and they still remember you, or when you go interview them again, they see you. I interviewed.
You let me know so that we can.
Yes.
So who else have you met?
El Señor de los Cielos, Rafael Amaya and Fernanda Robles, one of the big main stars from this telenovela from Telemundo, that it was very popular. They called me from Telemundo Houston, and they were doing interviews to present a new telenovela, so I flew to Houston and did the interview. Very interesting. A lot of telenovelas actors that I work with in 80s and 90s, celebrities like Manuela Torres and all those type of celebrities that they come here. I also produce shows with my agency. I do the marketing and the production. I'm in charge of the entire show of getting ready for the concert, for people to come enjoy. We'll work for a whole month or 2 months, get a concert ready here at the convention, at the arena, and you learn to work in different areas with the celebrity, not only in front of a camera, but it's very interesting. With Paquita del Barrio, I work a lot with her.
She's sick.
I spoke to her manager. Well, from when you see this interview, it's going to be like a month already, more or less. But I spoke to her manager yesterday because people started calling me, "Hey, Paquita's in the hospital," and I don't see a lot of television now. Everything I see is on social media. So I sent a message to Paquito, Francisco, her manager. He's a real good friend of mine, and she's doing good. I mean, of course, she's an older lady that she needs to take care of herself, but they were just checking on her because she had chest pain, but it was one of her lungs that was kind of a little bit, she was sick from her lung. So she's good right now. She's just an observation.
And right now in the news it's all Jose.
Oh yes, yes.
Have you heard about it?
No, it's
he passed away,
It's been a couple of days that he already passed
like
away.
2 weeks, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks already that he passed away. And it's a topic that everyone's talking about it because he was a big artist from Mexico, of course, back in the 70s and 80s. And now we hardly have those celebrities. They're all passing away and stuff like that.
One of the best voices of all time.
Yes, he was called the Príncipe de la Canción. And he passed away, and of course, since he had a second marriage, so it was a big conflict there that who was gonna be the one who making the decisions on funeral, and so it was a big talking that we had.
Okay, Issi, so then who do you admire? Who are your role models when it comes to TV hosts, radio hosts? Who do you look for?
Well, one more thing that I started in this career because I had a dream to interview Rocío Dúrcal and Juan Gabriel. Those are my biggest, I'm a big fan of them. And of course I only met them once because back then I was like 13 or 14 when I met them at a concert, but I didn't get to interview them. Right now I'm very close with Rocío Dúrcal's daughter, J.A.R, which I have interviewed her in the past. And that was one of my big interest for me to work in this communication career. But my big role model, it's my mother, because I lost my dad when I was 10 years old, and my mom is the only person that always been there for me. She's the only one has always pushed me, like not to give up on whatever dream I have. And thanks to her, that she's a hard worker person, She's the one who always supported me and everything. So every time they ask me that question, now that I'm older, that I'm a mature person, that I work and all that, I see all her sacrifice that she did, and of course, she's my big role model to follow in life. Because everyone else in this career, I see them like part of the job. Like nowadays, like I tell you that my big two idols passed away, so I've been getting experience with other people, but it's just I'm just saving them like part of the career.
And as far as a TV host or a radio host, who's somebody you really admire or look up to?
Well, honestly, there's so many people there that I see and I admire them, but I don't have a favorite one. I mean, I love watching different like English and Spanish television, and I like to learn from the big people that are out there, but I don't have a favorite one. No.
So tell us a little bit about your future goals in the next 5-10 years. Where do you see yourself?
My future goals, but maybe in 10 years, I see myself teaching other generations what I have learned. I would love to go back to school and get my master's teaching, communication, teaching, maybe marketing professor, things like that I have learned in the past, because we're responsible for the other generations that are coming up. I remember here in the Valley seeing radio hosts like Mr. Hugo de la Cruz. Now I see him there at the radio station I'm at. He has his own show. And I remember a little bit back when you asking me when the people that you will see and you want to be like them. Well, I remember them, hearing them in the radio, and you will see them like, oh wow, these people are important people, like these people are the big radio host celebrities, and now you see them that they're in a different generations, and I feel the importance that we need to teach those generations that are interested in this career, because I mean somebody has to do it, and I know that I see myself that have learned a lot, and other ones could get their experience.
And it's very rewarding too.
Yes.
To teach the youth and
to teach the youth and tell them, okay, you know what? I learned if you go this way, it's much easier. Like if you go this way, and it's very interesting. And I think that for me will be a great satisfaction to teaching new generations.
And any closing remarks that you want to share with our viewers?
Yeah, I mean, I want to tell them to go for their dreams, to work for them, and work hard, don't give up, because if you really work for something in the future, you will accomplish it. Like, don't give up, that's the key, because if you just say, I wanted to do it, and you don't do it, you will maybe in the future regret it, not doing it, but it's a great satisfaction if you continue going for your goals. So never give up.
And how can our viewers find you on social media?
Yeah, they can find me on Facebook and Instagram as Issi Garza. Issi is ISSI. And on
You
YouTube,
see it down here on the screen.
yes, ISSI Garza. You just put that in Facebook or Instagram, because I use a lot Facebook and Instagram. I have a Twitter account, but I don't use it that much. And on YouTube, if you just put my name there, you'll see a lot of my interviews. And I update my YouTube channel every other, when I have time, because I mean, I have a lot of interviews that sometimes I don't edit up because I do my own editing, and sometimes I'm uploading like later. But you will find my job, my work there.
So thank you so much, Issi. It was a pleasure to interview you.
Thank you guys. Thank you very
Television
much.
host and radio host Issi Garza. And this was the first episode of season 4 of Talk to Talk Rio Grande Valley Stars. I'm your host Alex Arabia, along with until next time.
Bye.
There's nothing to eat. Why don't we just order pizza? Pizza sounds good, but I'm tired of the same old taste. I need something new.
I got it.
What?
We ordered some Armando's Pizza.
What's that?
It's a pizza shop. They got authentic New York style pizza, freshly made to order, with a taste that's unmatched in the valley.
That does sound different. But what about the price? I'm sure it must be expensive.
They have daily lunch specials with prices that can't be beat. And with your student ID, you can get a 10% off discount onto your order.
Did someone order Armando?
And they deliver!